Hello and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, I think I have like something, maybe a rogue onion. No, never mind. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we are going to be making a healthy, delicious, low calorie, all the feels, all the comforts. It is a turkey mushroom stroganoff. And if you've ever had stroganoff, I remember having it as a kid and it was one of my favorites and I loved it. But then I found out when I tried to start losing weight, it is certainly not healthy. And so I'm so excited that I came up with it. We came up with this low calorie version. We love it. I have no doubt you're going to love it. And so let's get cooking. So first thing you're going to need is a bigger pan, any kind of pan. I have ground turkey. You can also use ground chicken. I have 93% lean. So we're going to need 2 pounds of ground turkey. You're going to need 20 ounces of sliced mushrooms. These will cook down a lot. Now here's the deal. I'm making this for a family of 5 plus leftovers. So if you want to cut this recipe in half, if there's only a couple of you, you can. I love making this ahead. It reheats well. It's great for lunches. It's great for dinners. You can actually freeze half of it. It is really delicious. And then we're also going to need 1 cup of onion, either yellow onion, white onion, sweet onion, Vidalia, whatever onion of your choice. And then 6 cloves of garlic. So we're going to take all of that, put it in the pot, let it cook down, and then we'll make our stroganoff. I'm going to show you how to serve it over 2 different kinds of rice, a regular rice and a super low calorie rice substitute. Couple different ways, but I'll show you how to serve it, what different ways and all that, depending on how many calories you're eating and all the things. So let's turn our burner on. Let's flip you down and get cooking. We're going to put our onion in first, followed by our garlic, followed by our 2 pounds of lean turkey. And then we are just going to kind of smash this up, work this into garlic. Once this starts cooking, we will add our mushrooms, but I always like to start with just these things first. All right. There we go. We're going to let this cook down a couple minutes and then mash it again. Been cooking for about 2 minutes. We're now going to add the mushrooms. And this is a total of 16 ounces of mushrooms, 8 ounces per pound of meat. And these will cook down a ton. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt to this. It's going to help the mushrooms cook down a little bit faster. You can use regular salt, but I like to use the garlic salt. And then just stir that in. You can see this has been cooking for about 15 minutes and you can see how much it is cooked down. This was busting at the seams and it is cooked down so much. But what's great is mushrooms are so low in calorie, but they take on the flavors. So, all right, we're gonna let this simmer for about 2-3 more minutes, and then we're gonna add our other things to make the sauce. We have 2/3 of a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Let me show you. This, use any brand. This is what I'm using. And we're going to put that right in here. So lots of protein in this too, from the lean ground turkey, the yogurt. Then we have 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're gonna take a little bit of chicken broth, and I have just plain chicken broth. And we're going to mix that up before we put it into, that way it doesn't clump. So we're just gonna take the room temperature chicken broth, mix it up. This is gonna help the sauce thicken. Pour that in. And then we're going to add, we're gonna start with half of the chicken broth. Then we're gonna stir this up, let this simmer on low. A half a cup of regular milk. It's gonna go in. And we're gonna let this simmer on low until it thickens. For this big old bowl, which is gonna be 8 servings, we're gonna do 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. You can do any cheese you like. I just like the grated Parmesan in it. And we are going to stir that in. This cooked for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I've let it sit on the stove for about 10 minutes to cool off. And you can see how much thicker this has gotten. Now, if you want this thinner, you can add some more chicken broth. You can add a little bit of water to thin it out. I like it a little bit thinner. And then we're going to be able to serve this over 2 different things. So the first thing I have here is some rice. And this is like a shiitake rice. Another option would be just cauliflower rice. So you could do cauliflower rice, you could do riced broccoli, you could really do any base. You could do diced zucchini, you could do palm of heart noodles, you could do any low calorie option that you want as a base. The ones that we typically use are the shiitake rice or regular rice, and then we mix them. Or you could just do plain and whatever. So I'm gonna show you how 2 different ways to plate it, but for this recipe, you are looking at just for, which is gonna be most of the calories, just for this makes 8 servings. And in 1 serving, it is 227 calories. And then obviously if you add 1 bag of this, you're looking at 237 calories. If you add a yellow container of rice, whatever, how much ever rice or whatever your base is, you would add that. But in those 227 calories, you're looking at 29 grams of protein. Protein's your friend because it's going to fill you up. So this is a very low calorie, nutritious, but I'm gonna tell you, when you eat this, like, look at this, looks like stroganoff, it smells like stroganoff, it tastes like stroganoff, but it does not have all the calories of stroganoff. And so if you are one of my clients and you use the container system, you are looking at 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 teaspoon. So 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 teaspoon. You are like, what are you talking about, Carmen? 227 calories, 29 grams of protein for 1/8 of this. So it's a pretty, I mean, you can see how big this pot is. So 1/8 of a serving is pretty substantial. If you're looking to weigh it out, the best way you can do it is to take a scale, put a bowl on top, press the tare button, and then dump all of this in the bowl. And then you would have 1/8 of that. That's gonna give you about the most accurate portioning out for the containers. In a package like this. You can get this at grocery stores. I get it at Thrive Market. And this is actually 1 serving per container, and it's 10 calories. Let me show you how we cook it. I'm gonna put a little bit of cooking spray in the pan, some garlic salt, and saute this for 2 to 3 minutes on medium-high, and just to get a little bit crispy and warm. Once it's sauteed, it's going to look just like this, seasoned with a little bit of garlic salt, and then this is going to be your base for it. Now you can either do all of this, and this would be 10 calories, or you can do half this, half regular rice. It just kind of stretches your rice instead of just being all the high calorie rice. So this is one option. So we are plating, and in our house we have 1 serving that is just the 10 calorie rice. We have 1 serving of rice here. We have 1 bowl that's going to be 2 servings of rice, and then we have 2 of these that's going to be 1 serving of this rice mixed with 1 serving of the yellow rice. So this is what's great, is even if you have kids, people that are eating different amounts, you can totally mix up the bases. Mixed, you just want to mix up the rice, and when you are eating this, you will not even be able to tell. So just mix the rice up with the healthy faux rice, I guess you can say, the shiitake rice, the almost no calorie rice. This is the one with the half and half rice, and then the regular rice and the shiitake rice. 1 serving. I mean, look at, can you see? This is a giant pile of food. I'm telling you, you eat this. This is, I think, right around 350, under 400 calories for the rice, the shiitake rice, and this, and all the protein. Like, I'm telling you, this is freaking amazing. And what's even better is I have meal for all 5 of us, and then I have leftovers that can go in the fridge, the freezer, and you have dinner for later in the week, you have lunch, you have leftovers, whatever you want to do. And if you only need 4 servings, cut the recipe in half. But I never miss a chance to get some meal prep done and to get something, and this heats up great. If you want to put some shredded Parmesan on here, you totally can. That is optional. And there you have it. So make sure, if you have not, make sure you smash the subscribe button. We have all different kinds of yummy, healthy recipes here on the channel, as well as tips and tricks on weight loss, inspirational interviews from clients, and really cool announcements for upcoming things. So thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week, same time, same place. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you then.